Welcome to Alien Worlds Live. I'm your host, David Lee, and this is your monthly chance to catch up with happenings from around the metaverse. Today we are traveling from, where we're reporting from the Explorer Station, high above Cavion today, it looks like. So if you're on Cavion, please give me a big wave. And we've got a whole bunch of great stuff planned for you on today's show, including the rest of our interview with lead UI designer Andre Courtier-Matriet, awesome content submitted by you, the community members, roving reports from this year's Game Developers Conference way back on planet Earth, and so much more. So stick around, you're not going to want to miss today's show. In short, we organized this party like an alien would have. We planned it, get it, plan it. So kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. And please don't spill your tea because we're serving it up today alien style on flying saucers. Okay. No, enough of my bad jokes. Let's kick off the show by getting those creative juices flowing with a fun competition. I mean, who doesn't want to win an Alien Worlds NFT? So you have until the end of the show to submit alternate definitions for the word NFT. Anything but non-fungible token. For example, never forget your toothbrush. Please post your best entries in the Twitch chat, and at the end of the show, the lovely Xander will award everyone with an Alien Worlds NFT. And for those of you not watching this show live, please stick around until the end. We have another fun month-long competition, and that's your chance to win an Alien Worlds NFT. So today, I am very proud to bring you part 2 of our interview with Andre Courtier-Matriet. So I guess kind of on a lighter note, do you have any advice for people in the community who are considering creating their own games that use Alien Worlds NFTs? Do you have anything to say to those people out there?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest thing right now is going to be like turnkey elements. So when you want to create an NFT, drop it with like properties, definitely the same thing. Get a spreadsheet, get a document, get pen and paper, and start writing down what you want that utility to be. So it can be as simple as, let's say you want to just have like a member access. Simple. Do you have the NFT? Yes. It has this code on it. Yes. Then you can access, right? And that's pretty much the premise, like how many different levels of utility can you get out of it? So think about that portion and then break it down. And because once you do that, then you can get actually even more complicated where you have a lot more different, properties and parameters, on that NFT. And then you can, once it gets read and it gets passed, then you can actually start doing some other types of really fun, like algorithms, with it. And then be like, okay, so now you have like 5 NFTs and now you can do this with it, or you can combine them or move them around and do this with that. And you can just really have fun with very simple creative things. And I think what's famous about that is, hey, if you like it, great. But if you and just one other person loves it, then why not do it? Just go and do it because you don't know where it's going to go. And just give yourself some time and have fun with it.
Well said. Absolutely. Yeah. Move fast and break things out there. That's what everyone's doing, I think, in this space.
Absolutely.
So, and I know you can't always reveal too much here, but I'm just curious if there's anything you can reveal to viewers as to what they can expect to see in the Alien Worlds UI in the future.
Yeah. So for the immediate future, what we've been pushing right now are a lot of the design components that we actually cut out when we first launched the new UI. And that's because the old UI, which was built in Unity, it totally served its purpose, and it was breaking, and people were getting turned off by that. So we had a version that was pretty much ported pretty good from the initial design, but we just cut out a bunch of things out of there, so we can launch it along with missions. So currently, that being said, we're just putting back in, and not just putting it back in, but also improving a lot of elements that were cut out from before. So you may see now that there are like a whole new, like you can see all your wax resources, like your CPU, net, RAM. So that's like a super yay for everybody.
Filter you had it just the other day as well, where you can filter land selection by commission and things like that as well. That's a nice little touch.
Absolutely, yeah. That was one that it was a request, and with our new developers right now, they're like, oh yeah, I can do that. I'm like, all right, then do it.
Throw it in there.
So it's really nice to see also like a lot of these requests actually come from the community as well. I mean, there's always like wish lists that we may have internally, but a lot of them are like, oh yeah, a lot of people want this. So, just like anything, we have a meeting, we kind of go through a list of things that people would benefit from doing and having. Or the opposite is true too, where they really hate something. It's like, can we like make that better or easier for them? And then we put that as a request, and then we start to prioritize, well, what is detrimental, and then what is like that wish list. So now what we've been doing is we put in a lot of things that are super important back in there, a couple little fixes here and there. There's still a lot more that we will be implementing, such as like just better navigational points for like tools, mining, and like planets and land. So at least putting the filters in there is really strong. But now we need to like interconnect all that, because missions is like that as well. It's kind of like interconnected in like its own UI. The other big thing is we need to make everything more streamlined as far as each of like the areas that you can engage on, right? So for example, missions is like its own thing because it's on Binance, right? And then obviously mining is on Wax. And then there could be more and more different elements that are on different chains as well, which is totally fine. Now the challenge is, well, we can't make it seem that standalone. How do we actually eliminate some of that meat and then put it more as an overall UI interface, so that if you are doing like 5 different things at the same time, then it would be nice if you can get notified of any of those things as time passes, or as you interact, or as you.
Where it all just feels integrated in general.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Versus having to like click, oh, okay, ding over here, then click over here and ding over there.
Right.
So even instead of that,
yeah,
it's just more like it's always a ding, always on, always active. You don't have to like go look for it, or like forgot where it was. It's just going to always be like accessible.
If if you have anything going on in any aspect of the game.
Precisely. So that's that. But then we are doing, we're pushing a version of governance right now for the DAOs. So that one, it's kind of like a multi-phase portion. So we're currently turning back on at least your candidacy to become a candidate for, or become a custodian for a planet. That's being put back in, and it's being combined with the current mechanic of just being able to convert TLM to a planetary token, or or in the reverse as well.
Oh, very cool.
And for those that already staked their candidacy and have had their planetary token locked up for so long, if they wish to not be a candidate anymore, there will be a function for them to unstake it now. So that's something that was like in limbo, and people had to do that manually. So now it'll be a simple button, click on it.
So simple as teleport, huh?
Yeah, simple.
Hit a button and it's over. Yes, set it and forget it. That's awesome to hear, because as the DAOs and governance ramps up, and I'm sure that will over the next several months, it'd be nice to kind of have that within the UI for players to kind of start preparing and making those plans.
Precisely. So that should be in within days, if not, maybe it's already live. I don't know. I haven't checked. I have a couple of things to check still, but that's happening. And then within a very short period of time, that phase 2 of the DAOs and the DACs and everything will be full blown, ready to be used, and that's coming up pretty soon. We have all the designs in. We have all the backend functionality and all the smart contracts done. So from there, you'll be able to actually have a lot more engagement on that level, and that will just continually grow and grow and grow, kind of like baby steps. Educate the people, let them be responsible of being that custodian elect, and manage the TLM of the planet, and kind of like spoon fed portion, so that's
what I was wondering, how, and I guess that's probably the reason why we can't really give a concrete date on anything, because balancing those mechanics, how much do you allow at any given time out of those pots and pools to the counselors, and how do you kind of hopefully there's no bad actors, but you want to make sure that you kind of root those guys out right away, and get the right kind of people in place that are really wanting to build this thing out with the proper vision.
Precisely. So that's something that we have been working on. We have a completely separate, like a phase 3 build for the DAOs, But so a couple of things will be like additive over time, especially as there's more and more engagement, within this first phase. And then from there, we'll be, releasing like a much more like robust experience, because the next thing that we're doing right now, which is coming up shortly, is there'll be a way to, I would say, kind of like activate NFT drops, but not in the same capacity as they were before. What we're doing.
Please stick around until the end of the show for part 3 of this interview. And in a moment, we're going to kick it over to the MNN news correspondent, Norris Norrington. But before we do that, please submit your entries until the end of the show with alternate definitions for the word NFT. It can be anything. Never forget your toothbrush, for example, right? And please don't forget to post your WAM with those entries. If you've already posted an entry in chat, please repost it with your WAM so we can get those NFTs out to everyone at the end of the show. And now for this month's Metaversal, now let's kick it over to our Metaversal correspondent, Norris Norrington, for this month's MNN News Report.
Gavian? Again? Damn it, Janet, we're supposed to be Metaversal nighttime news, not the Times of Gavian. Who's sponsoring this cockamamie outfit? The Cabal? And they're not paying me enough, and we're live! Broadcasting to you from the Explorers Station. Good evening, I'm Norris Norrington, and this is MNN. Today's breaking news. A settlement of reptiloids has been discovered nestled in the lee of Cavian's largest and oldest volcano, Old Belchful. Aptly named as it regularly spews out large plumes of sulphurous smoke, coupled with an ear-splitting barping sound that can rattle drinks cabinets up to 30 miles away. I've heard it myself, and it is very impressive. It also sounds just like chucking out time for the drunks at Dowdow's, my local watering hole on the Explorer Station. No doubt some of you know what that sounds like as well. Some locals have called for an armed perimeter to be set up around the settlement to prevent the reptiloids from getting up to mischief. However, thus far, the Federation has only dispatched a team of xenobiologists to conduct a study of their behavior. I wouldn't mind studying some of those naughty reptiloids myself, my interest being purely academic, of course. That's all I've got this evening, explorers. Ta-ta for now, and as always, remember this. Don't ride an elephant to catch a grasshopper.
And now the weather with Manus McDonald.
Howry. Well, it's wet here. It's wet there. It's wet everywhere. It's blooming rainy. That's what it is. Take a brolly with you. Or better yet, don't go out at all. Because half the rain on this damn planet's acidic anyway.
Thanks so much for the update, Norris. And now it's time to announce our month-long competition for those of you that are feeling creative. You have until the end of April to draw a new Alien Worlds character or tool. And please submit those entries in our official Discord's contest submissions channel. And at the end of the month, every entry will be rewarded with an Alien Worlds NFT. And if we really love your entry, you might even receive a bonus NFT. So sharpen those pencils and get those best entries in, please. And if you have any questions, please submit them to any of our social team members on any of our official platforms. We'd be happy to help you with that. Also, if you have content that you would like to have featured in future episodes, whether it be art, lore, graphics, or anything related to the Alien Worlds metaverse, please submit that to us as well. We would love to include it in future episodes. Part of what makes this space so fun is the amazing conferences and events that take place year-round. A crack team of our best AW correspondents have just got back from Earth at the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco. And let's cut away and check out this awesome report.
Hey everyone, this is Stacy from Alien Worlds. We're at Game Developers Conference where Alien Worlds has a booth. One of the things we'll be helping attendees with is setting up a Wax Cloud wallet so they can get started with the mining game. Check this out. This is one of our swag items, a flag, so you can show your support for DAOs. We'll be handing them out at our booth at Game Developers Conference.
Hey guys, it's Max with Alien Worlds. I'm at GDC 2022. I'm here with Jordan.
Well, there's definitely been a whole range of people asking different questions. Some of them don't know about NFTs. Some of them have already heard of DAOs. anyone who's really excited about it, you can feel the energy coming off of them, and that feels really good. But we've also talked about the environmental effects of NFTs and told them about how the blockchains that we're using don't have those effects. We've talked about really interesting use cases for NFTs. And the DAO conversations are really, it's new for people, but I think I've seen some eyes light up, and that's been really fun to see. I mean, it's a new generation of technology. It's really fun to watch.
It's been a lot of fun. So many people have been coming to our coming to check out what we got going on here with Brawlers, what we got going on with no gas fees, we're carbon neutral and everything. So many people are excited. So the reception has been very, very positive, especially reaching out and being able to connect with others in the blockchain space who aren't maybe necessarily in the Wax ecosystem yet, and being able to showcase what we have and what we can offer to everyone. What I've been mostly saying is that we've been seeing a shift from just straight collectible NFTs into something more play to earn or something with utility. And in my opinion, NFTs with utility is going to be the future, absolutely. And the more utility you can add, the more things you can do, the more excitement you're going to generate around these types of games and experiences.
Where do you think like NFTs and the metaverse is going?
I think they're going to go everywhere, which is, I think, exciting for us and terrifying for other people. But I think we'll see this technology pervading almost all gaming and branding experiences in the future, which is really wild. And I think it hasn't caught up with people. So I think the hype is going to die down, and the effects of the technology are going to become more stable and solid in people's lives. And it's kind of an uncertain future, but it's exciting. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of people who are asking how do I use this technology? How do we integrate it into our game? I think people who have this, they have a game, they know what they want to do, and they see what they can do with NFT technology. They're in the best position because they're saying, okay, what is the best chain? What is the best way for us to integrate these things? And I think those are the right questions. People are still really trying to figure it out. And Alien Worlds, the booth here, we got an opportunity to really share some cool perspectives on that I don't think they were getting from other places. So we had some really good conversations with people who kind of had their mind blown by how much we already use this technology and how much it's already in the hands of users. So I think people's perspectives are changing, and we're going to see a lot of adoption on Wax, and we're going to see a lot of games doing really cool stuff, and people being able to play and earn in those spaces.
I did a little bit of research before I came to DDC, and just kind of listing how many companies out here are going to be like blockchain or crypto companies. So then, roughly 20%, I think, are exhibiting either blockchain game companies like us or NFT crypto. Some of the top game developers, there are a few actually that came over. They're really kind of dipping their toes into this NFT blockchain gaming space. So they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna jump in immediately, but they're doing a little bit of research and seeing what's out there. A lot of other booths, of course, like Alien Worlds, are out here, doing NFTs and blockchain games and cool stuff. Pretty exciting. I'm just really excited to be back, just in general. Meeting new people and just being here. So.
I know you've heard a lot of hype around DAOs are coming to Alien Worlds. Just curious about your thoughts around that. Are you excited about it? How do you think it'll change the game? Just love to hear your thoughts in general about it.
Max, I don't think it's going to change the game. I think it's going to change the world. I'm pretty excited about that. Looking forward to seeing some campaign situations go on. I might have to run myself. If people don't have ideas that I'm into, then I'll come forward and make some proposals and see if I can take the cake on Neri.
You heard it here first, everybody. Jordan's going to take on Neri.
There's a place in the alien world's metaverse where peace and love are combining to bring you NFTs. When you mine Smelly Koala Land at Kavian 2414, you can be showered in awesome free NFTs from Smelly Koala and featured guest collections. There's always happy vibes and new NFTs waiting for you at Kavian 2414. Smelly Koala, smell the love.
G'day! I bet you thought Magor was the last place you'd see a surfing competition, but with heaps of sick volcanoes and ripping lava flows, you'd be a fool not to bring your board. Look at him go! Ripper! Get yourself down to Magor 26.9 for the Wax Warriors Surf Festival and a chance to win Art by Hutto NFTs. There's drops to random miners every hour, so what are you waiting for? Bring your tools, your board, thongs, and an esky full of stubbies, cause it's gonna be hot. Sweet as!
Mining alien worlds' land has transformed the lives of explorers on every planet. But what exactly can we do during those cooldown times? Or when you're away on a mission? No matter your cooldown time, cool down with the new Mindfulness Meditation Program. Using a shovel on grasslands? Why not cleanse your aura with our 2.5-minute chakra wash meditation? Detonating large explosives on an active volcano? You'll feel good as new after our guided 3-hour deep brain tissue revitalizing meta-relaxation meditation. Or perhaps you're away on a mission. What a perfect opportunity to embark on the silent retreat you always dreamed of but could never find the time. Our bespoke meditation courses work in perfect symbiosis with your countdowns, empowering you to turn waiting into meditating. Reboot your mind and come back as your authentic self. Mindfulness. Dig deeper.
Realization that the self is merely a construct of your mind may result in the total collapse of reality as you know it.
There are so many awesome places to mine. Thanks so much to Hutto and Smelly Koala for helping submit that content. And please head over to their lands and check out their events. And now it's time for this month's mining report. Welcome to the Mining News. In this month's episode, we're going to discuss timing the pot. Nothing is as satisfying as a well-timed pot in the game Alien Worlds. I mean, who doesn't want to increase their Trillium rewards? Within the game Alien Worlds, there is a finite amount of Trillium that is dispersed to the game's 6 planets. This Trillium is dispersed in accordance to the amount staked on each planet, and the pot and pool fills at a set rate. Players use a third-party website in addition to the game to time the pot as the pool fills. The quicker you time it, the better your timing is, the more Trillium you're rewarded with. But doing this involves a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, and a lot of patience. And one of our most famous pot snipers was kind enough to share some advice with the community. Let's take a look. And Pasha the Pot Sniper says timing the mine, or sniping the pot as it is referred more often, is a skill for some. For others, it is a kind of art. I like to refer to it as a skill that requires a lot of patience, fast reflex, and a good attitude. A good attitude is needed because even the best snipers miss sometimes, and that shouldn't let you down on sniping. Have fun and good luck mining. Thanks for the quote, Pasha. So what are the pros and cons of pot sniping? Well, the pros are increased mining rewards, outpacing your competition, faster game progression, and having more Trillium for missions, staking, and shining. The cons include increased CPU usage, occasional streak of bad timing, and it's time consuming if done with fast charging tools. So what are you waiting for, explorers? Get out there, time those pots, and please share your results on all of our official social channels. We would love to see them. This has been this month's mining news. Stay mindful, explorers. I hope the pot sniping goes well for everyone. And Grays and Greens, I am proud to bring you the final part of our interview with Andre Cordier Montreat.
What we're doing is something a little bit more different. Your NFT, on the card it's called NFT luck, is now being converted into an NFT power ratio. And then so every time that you mine, that will return points to you in the form of like a token per se. And it's a non-transferable token. I mean, in that sense, it's something that has to do only with Alien Worlds. You can't, exchange it with anything else. You got to participate. You get a point system out of it. And with that point system, as we do NFT drops, like community drops or artist drops or tools or anything of that nature, or let's say that you have let's say you have like 5 NFTs that you would burn them and get like a new one, but you would have to use points to convert it. So it's like you have a recipe and then you use these tokens, and then it gives you like a new tool as well. So there's a lot of like utility with.
So it sounds like more gamified, almost like you can kind of use them in the shop, your points, redeem them how you see fit for whichever route you want to go. Is that kind of
precisely? And then the more activities that you do, so again, as you go on more missions, that could return you some points as well. If you go and do certain activities, or let's say we were to have like a daily, let's say, quote unquote, quest that you went to go on, that could return you more points. Or if you go and do something within a certain tool set per se, then that can also return you more points. So it's a very fun, just baseline mechanic that will allow people to then choose what to spend their points on.
Yeah, very exciting stuff. I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah.
It kind of takes the luck factor out of it too. And I know that's kind of one of the challenges, like how to I guess kind of make this gamified, add some of those traditional aspects from traditional games as well, in mixing in with some of these decentralized aspects. And I guess that's kind of what you guys are over there conquering as we speak.
Absolutely. I think the greatest part so this one, what's nice as well is like all players will also be able to start on like the same playing field as far as their rank. So as you engage and you mine and you get the points, those same points, those same activities, not only is it a like a zero-sum value where it's like you can exchange them, right? But then there's the other part of it with the rank, or you can always like consider it as like a level. That's an additive value that never goes down, so it only goes up. So the more you actually participate, then you will go up in a rank, and then your additional rank can be also like a turnkey mechanic as well for other NFTs. So if you don't have the right rank, maybe you don't have access to certain NFTs, and vice versa. So it depends on your engagement, and I think that is just a nice little reward. And based on that baseline mechanic, that's what I'm calling a baseline mechanic, because that same idea, then you can expand on it, track it, sign a contract. It's on the chain. And we can start rewarding people for other activities over time as well. And that's where additional NFTs can just start to occur, because it's like that 1-to-1 ratio experience. Like you do this, you get this.
Very exciting stuff. Yeah, just a predetermined set of, just so gamified there. Andre, I would love to sit here and chat with you all day. I've got my producer in my ear also telling me we're overdue for a break. So can I wrap it up with one final question before we call it a segment, if you don't mind?
Absolutely.
Okay, this is from the community, and they are dying to know this. Any plans to bring back the interactive map within the UI?
Yes, we will be bringing it back. It's a little bit, let's say, different and complicated. One of the things that I would like to do, if we do bring it back, is if someone were to activate it like on mobile, wouldn't mind it working on mobile if we do bring that interactive map. but it's very possible that could, as a phase one, is just only a desktop experience or like a tablet, screen size experience. But once it gets too small, it's not functional. I mean, even if you were to do like landscape mode on your phone, the squares are just going to be too small. But pinch and zoom can still be good if it doesn't, interrupt, the touch and all the haptics as well. So there is a possibility for mobile, but definitely, for larger screens and desktop, we want to bring that back, and then you'll be able to toggle. And not only toggle, then we would actually like to, when we do all the filtering, that each square is still, you can still see on the square what it is, right? So if you still filter, it can also be like, oh, you took off, you only want like grasslands, so all the squares go away and it only shows you grasslands, or
cool.
or volcanoes, or mining power. So we want to make sure that whatever we're doing now with the cards themselves as land selection, that the interactive map and the filtering acts the same way. And that's something that will take some time. And yes, we are going to do it. It's just currently it's not in like the high priority bucket, but it is on, I can tell you, it is on a list, and it's like right there in normal, I believe. So
very exciting.
So it's happening. Yeah.
Very exciting stuff. Andre, thanks so much for your time today. Really appreciate you stepping away from your, I'm sure, extremely busy work over on the development team. Do you have anything you'd like to share with the community before we wrap this up?
Well, I think our famous words are soon. So a lot of things are coming soon.
Thanks for your time, Andre. Really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, Andre Courtier-Martiret, creative technical producer of Alien Worlds. Thanks again so much for your time, Andre.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thanks so much, Andre, for your time. And it's exciting to see so much is happening behind the scenes with Alien Worlds. And I, like all of you, cannot wait for the return of NFT drops. Well, folks, it's that time in the show where we like to bring community content to the forefront. And this month's lore reading is brought to you by the amazing Dwayne Marinitz.
The love of gold is a strong part in the origin story of the dwarves of Magel. With all the gold of the homeworld mined from years of dwarf industriousness, it was time to find new mines. The Red Dwarf Wizard, in his wisdom, designed great airships to take them to the stars in the eternal quest for more gold. After years of travel, they heard word of the Federation. Rumour had it that the Federation were powerful miners. So in anticipation of finding fellow gold lovers, the dwarves set out to find the best planets to mine. The dwarves were mostly drawn to the planet Magel. The mountainous terrain and many volcanoes reminded them very much of their favourite mines on old Earth. Assured they'd find much gold on this most illustrious of planets, they were delighted to befriend the aliens that dwelt there, most of them a wild but noble Nordic race. Peace treaties were drawn up between the Red Dwarf Wizard and the most eminent Nordics. The dwarves, however, were in for a surprise. There was no gold at all to be mined on Magel, not even in the secret and mysterious sandy deserts. War and uprising were about to occur when the forward-thinking dwarf clan, the Quarkbrokes, after having disappeared into the mountains for many months, came back immensely wealthy. It seemed that despite gold being in short supply, trillium was a fine substitute, and its abundance throughout Magel would make the previous mining wealth of all the dwarven clans pale in comparison to the great riches that they would gain in time on Magel.
Thanks so much, Dwayne, for the awesome video. And you're looking like a character straight out of the Alien Worlds metaverse. I appreciate the content, and I'm sure everyone does as well. Well, folks, it's that time in the show where we're going to take a moment to read a few of your entries from our first competition today. So let me pull those up and see what we got. Let's see here. And I'm sorry if I butcher some of your usernames. I'll try my best. Calls Me Itichioff says, Never fake trade. I like that one, mate. Let's see here. Brotastic says Neo finds Trinity. He done went Matrix on us. I like that one as well. Ricky Tiki Taka says new future trends. Pretty cool. Going analytical on us. Banana Loto, no fat tricks. Oh, pretty cool as well. Paris Flame says no fake tool, not fake tool, right? None of us want fake tools. I like that as well. Brutus, I think this is my favorite because everyone knows I'm partial to Neyron. Neyron for the win. Thanks for the entry, Brutus. Really appreciate it. Paris Flame says need famous Trillium, right? We all do. And here's another good one. Trichonic says need 50 tacos. Hey, mate, I'm right there with you. I wish it was Taco Tuesday today myself. Thanks so much for the awesome entries, folks. And don't forget, you have the rest of the month to submit a drawing of any Alien Worlds character or tool, even a new Alien Worlds character or tool to our Discord's contest and submissions channel. And everyone at the end of the month that submits an entry will receive an Alien Worlds NFT. And if we love your entry, you might even receive a bonus NFT. So after the show today, please head on over to our Discord, get those pencils out, and submit your best art to us. I think that's it today, folks. It's time to say goodbye. I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone that helped out in producing today's show. And of course, our awesome producer, Xander, behind the scenes, pressing all the buttons, making all this happen for everyone. Simon, Lalo, Benny, so many other folks out there that took time to contribute to today's show. Thank you so much. Thanks again for joining us, everyone. And until next time, explorers, stay mindful.